What's up guys, Albert here, welcome back to the channel. Look, I did not think that I'm going to have to make another video about this topic since I just made one, and this is crazy because there's some crazy new developments that I just have no choice. I had to make another video, and it does seem like lately I've been only covering the negative things in Rhode Island, but it's really not by design. It's just that things like that are happening right now, so I do want to give you that idea of the state as well. So if you recall, about 4 weeks ago, I made a video about the Washington Bridge that connects the East Bay with Providence and the rest of Rhode Island, but it does much more than that, right? And I kind of covered what the bridge does and what happened, and then how they determined that the bridge was unsafe and that you could not drive on the bridge anymore, so they ended up blocking the bridge. When I made the video, I think this was like a 2-3 day old news when I made that video. They had blocked the bridge completely, and people had to take crazy U-turns and just drive around to go to their destinations, adding huge commutes to everyone's daily commute, like probably a 20, 30, 40-minute extension. But after about a week or so, they decided to open one lane on the bridge that comes the opposite way, and they split that, so that definitely helped out a little bit. Right now people kind of got over it and they decided to move on and live with their lives. But then last week a couple of new developments happened where this is again the top topic, not only in Rhode Island, but it's being covered by Business Insider, Wall Street Journal, and other bigger magazines. Now, here's the topics, but before we go into the topics, subscribe to my channel if you have any questions about Rhode Island. If you're thinking about moving here, investing here, hit me up. I am on the streets. I know exactly what's going on. I will gladly help you out, make the right decision. My phone number is right below. Subscribe to my channel again. Book a meeting with me. There's a link right there that goes directly into my calendar. And let's get into the video. All right, so you ready? So here's the developments, right? First off, the person in charge for the bridge inspections, first they said, the first announcement was this was going to take about 3 months, and we were going to have some answers, and this was most likely going to be addressed and fixed. Now when they said that, I remember I said in the last video that I highly doubt that that's going to be the case, because it never is the case with situations like this. So guess what? They came out last week, a couple of days ago, saying this. They basically said that there is now a very high chance that the bridge may have to be completely torn down and a new bridge has to be rebuilt. You heard that right. They may have to completely tear down the bridge and build a new bridge on top. Okay, now if that happens, this is probably going to be a 2 or 3 year project, and it's going to cause major inconveniences to everybody. And this is not anymore just an inconvenience of, oh, I'm late for work. This is businesses would suffer, people who work different areas would suffer, real estate prices I believe are going to suffer, because I don't know if people are going to feel the same about moving to the East Bay as they felt before, because if it takes 2-3 years for this problem to be resolved, it's going to take you longer to get to your destinations, and I think it's going to be part of the decision-making process for a lot of people. So that was a bombshell news when it came out, because they said 3 months and we'll get this fixed, we'll get this done, and there's nothing to worry about. But now we are looking at potentially getting the bridge torn down and rebuilt. Okay, here's the question that everyone is asking, including myself. How do you go from the bridge may need to be repaired, so we need 3 months, to the bridge may need to be torn down? I feel like if I was doing the inspection on the bridge, I am allowed to say that. I am allowed to say, oh, maybe in 3 months we'll get this done, and then I'll discover new information that will allow me to determine that, no, it's going to take 2 years. Oh, by the way, we might just have to tear the whole bridge down. The reason why I'm saying that is because I am not a professional in that field. It's okay if I would be allowed to have these kind of errors. But these guys are true professionals. That's what they do. Literally, that is their job. And they went from this bridge may need 3 months to be repaired to now potentially having it to be torn down. So clearly something is fishy and something does not make sense. Which brings me to my next point, which is even a bigger bombshell news than this one. Now, the federal agencies of transportation and the Attorney General have launched a formal investigation on Governor McKee's office. The investigation is, and by the way, there's a report out there where people asked for the letter, which was the formal investigation, requested a ton of documentation to see what kind of work was done to the bridge throughout the years. They didn't want to release it, but after facing a ton of pressure from the media and getting criticized, obviously they folded and they released the documents. Now here's the thing, they released that, and basically it says, it's very simple. This is what it states. It states that the federal agencies have basically been giving funds to the Transportation Department in Rhode Island for years. Some of the amounts for that funds were to repair and maintain, guess what? The Washington Bridge. So they have been getting money for this for years. And now, all of a sudden, the bridge is falling apart and it's gonna have to be rebuilt. So that's where the red flag came up to the federal agencies, and they have now launched a formal investigation where they have requested all kind of documents that show what kind of work was done on the bridge throughout the years, and when and who dropped the ball here at some point, where it went from the bridge is being worked on to it needs 3 months to be fully repaired, to now a new bridge being built. So these are two of the major developments that are complete game changers in this whole story. And obviously people are getting more and more pissed off with the whole situation because of how annoying and how inconvenient this is. And on top of that, you see the state and city officials, just not really the city, the state officials giving conflicting information, which obviously does not help the case and obviously does not smell great, because look, it's a bridge. It's not even that big. Countries and states are building bigger bridges and buildings, and we're in the 21st century, and this just feels like a 20th century type problem. So something is clearly fishy, and I truly hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that everybody has done their job correctly and that nobody will get in trouble for this. But I also hope that if somebody did mess up along the way, that this is going to be some light shed into this so that the right people will be held accountable. I will make sure, if that happens, to make another video and cover what's going on. But these are kind of the two major updates that have happened right now that I think are super important and that made me kind of make another video about this. And on top of that, there was this small video of Governor McKee basically minimizing the effects that this has caused on the citizens, saying, well, it's not really that big of a deal because it's only, if you think about it, it's only adding 15 minutes to someone's commute, right? Because he's basically saying, well, people are saying, oh, it's taking me 30 minutes to go to work now when it took you 15. First off, that may be the case sometimes, but not really. It's taking much longer than 15 minutes for people to get to work. It is a big pain in the butt to do this. I myself missed the train 4 days ago going to New York because the Uber driver couldn't figure out a way to get us to the train on time. So basically everybody now has to kind of put their mind of, you have to leave early for things, you have to do things a different way to get be there on time. So people are losing 30 to 45 minutes a day because of this issue. So it's definitely not a 15-minute problem. It's a much bigger problem, which I truly hope that it's going to be addressed and resolved soon. But anyway, wanted to make this video. These are the two bombshell news that came out soon. If you have any questions, if you have any information about this, by the way, please send them to me because I want to make more content about this. I do enjoy trying to discover more information. So if you want to maybe even be on my channel, if you have information, hit me up. I'd love to talk to you. If you have any questions about Rhode Island, looking to buy a home here, looking to sell, looking to invest here, hit me up. Number is right below. There's a link. Book a meeting with me and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video.